What is up, my fellow fishing addicts? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome into another video. For those of you that are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload any new videos. And if you enjoy the content we're pushing out here, don't forget to drop a thumbs up on the video. And of course, any questions, comments, fill that comment section below. And of course, you can also follow me on Instagram, GetBitTV. That way you'll see the fish pictures before the video comes out. We are back in the garage. As you can tell, it is still winter time. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a little bit of a winter boat clean out, a little bit of tackle talk, reorganize some of my tackle. I'm sure like many of you throughout the year, you just have stuff thrown out, thrown all over the place. Guilty. So we're gonna get all that cleaned out and put it back in its place. I'll show you a little bit of my tackle organization. I'll also probably touch on my starting lineup, which are my primary rods, what I throw on them, probably do a time lapse of the cleanup. Don't want to stretch it out too far. With that being said, let's hop in the boat and get it going. Go ahead and show you a few things about my tackle storage. I really don't do anything crazy or out of the ordinary, so I'll share what I think is helpful. A few boxes I have. First, we'll start with my terminal. And I should say, guys, I was subscribed to Mystery Tackle Box for 6 years, I think. It was awesome, helped me grow my tackle inventory, learn about new things, try new things. The only reason I finally stopped was just because my soft plastics just got out of control. I would love to subscribe. I wish I could just do hard baits, but I don't think they have that option. If they do have that option, you guys know about it, leave me a comment below. With that being said, you'll kind of understand why I do some of the things I do. So this is my terminal box. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. So, because I had so much stuff from Mystery Tackle Box, like here you go. Here's some of those. What I actually did in order to fit everything, I would take the labels, as you see right there, hopefully you guys can see that. I would take the labels, put it in a little smaller bag, and use it. That way, you know, if there was something that really stood out to me, I at least have those labels. I know what it is and where I got it from. So this is one of the deeper boxes. So they all just kind of slip right in, you know, almost like a, you know, deck of cards sliding in a slot. So just what works for me. Hopefully that's helpful. So that's my terminal. Another box I found that was really cool, I really like. I wanted to show you guys, this is specifically for spinnerbaits and buzzbaits. So the way this works, let me see if I can do this so where you guys can see it. Like this is a spinnerbait. Of course that's naked, but I need a new skirt. So you just slide this down in the slot over the head, and then it has a hanger for your wire. So you just bend your wire down and put it right back in there. And just so you know, guys, I've been using this for multiple years now. I've never had a wire compromise. That's what's really cool about it. Do the same thing with your buzz baits. Of course, I got trailers in here. Ooh, those are getting a little rusty. So that's a cool box. Hopefully again, just something I wanted to share. That was one of the things that could be helpful or unique. I don't know. This is another cool one I found. I keep my traps and jerks in here, and it may be kind of hard to tell, but the back pan back here is actually curved. So you literally just slip those right in. Of course, they can slide back and forth, and you can see I've got traps just on top of each other. I've got jerks on top of each other. It was just a really cool box that I found very helpful. Soft plastic is probably bad. I really kind of do it by Ziploc. So I've got like Texas rig and crawls in this bag. I do the same thing. Like I've got one that's drop shot, finesse. I have a lot of soft plastic. Honestly, it's at times overwhelming. There's so much, and there's so many different brands that I have. So you know what? Maybe I should do a giveaway. Let me just do a big mixed bag of soft plastics giveaway. What do you guys think? If you guys are interested in a giveaway of a lot of the soft plastic that I have, I can just do a big box of just a mixture of stuff. If you guys would be interested in a giveaway on some of my soft plastic, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Maybe we'll do a soft plastics giveaway. That'd be cool. So I keep this bag, I keep it on the bag. It's just easy to get around, and doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so it works for me. Okay, now let's get to the starting lineup. We'll finish with the cranking section. So this rod, this is just a Bass Pro. So guys, I started out with my rods. I didn't go real expensive or crazy. I started out with decent rods for a reasonable price point. When I got started, when I got into bank fishing, you know, when I kind of stepped up in the arena of bank fishing, obviously eventually I got to a kayak, but I went kind of simple. I try to keep it simple just because there's so many options out there. So I really started out with Bass Pro brands, and all my rods are 7 foot. This is my starting lineup for now. I used to live in South Florida, so I do have 2 rods that are just basically broomsticks with heavy braid on them. I don't have them on the boat because I don't get to use them around here very often. So most of my fishing is done in Kentucky and Indiana. All right, so actually we'll start out with the heavier rods. This is a great rod. This is a 13 Defy. So this is my Texas rig. Texas rig, sometimes jig rod. This is a medium heavy action 7'1" 13 Defy. I really love this rod, especially for the price point. It really wasn't that bad. I synced up the Bass Pro reel. I think this one is the tournament qualifier, maybe. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. So again, Texas or jig rod, vice versa. Love this rod. Have had no problems with it. Love this rod. One of the favorite things I love about this rod is the bait keeper. Guys, I'm weird about bait keepers. I really love them down below the handle. When I go to reach a rod, I'm usually reaching around the reel. I love it below the handle, mostly for rod storage purposes. But that's the type of rod, the keeper, especially on a Texas rig. So how many of us fit Texas rigs and jigs, you know, we put a soft plastic, well, you can hook that right there without tearing your plastic up. So love that. Again, that's a 13 fishing Defy. Next, I have another medium heavy rod here. This is a Lose combo. I got this at Bass Pro. So I guess, you know, this one and my 13 are my first real steps up above the Bass Pro stuff. Absolutely love this reel. This is the Lose Speed Spool. The rod itself, I love the way it feels. I love the way it handles. This is a medium heavy, so depending on what I have on my 13, I'm gonna have the other. Because of the casting distance on this reel, my bigger, heavier crankbaits I will put on this one, or spinnerbait, as you can see. Again, bait keeper, love those bait keepers down below. And then, again, this is the kind that I can, you know, if I have a soft plastic on there, I can slide the hook up under there in between the plastic and don't have to tear my plastic. So I love the bait keeper. By the way, if any of you guys know how to do bait keepers on your own or know of a good video, drop a comment below. I actually want to start doing my own bait keepers because maybe I'm just weird about them. I love having those down below the reel. I don't like them above the reel. Okay, cranking rod. So again, guys, started out, you know, cost effective. This is another Bass Pro. This is a medium action. This is actually a hand-me-down reel from my buddy in South Florida. This one is a Daiwa reel. It says Advantage. I don't even know if they probably don't even make this anymore. I wish I could get another one. Excellent reel. Teamed up with a Bass Pro rod. Again, this is another cranking rod. I do a lot of cranking. I've unintentionally gotten pretty addicted and confident in cranking. So, you know, depending on what kind of crankbait I have on, I may have 2 or 3 different type of cranks or top water or whatever. I got 3 cranking rods and 2 of the heavier ones. So this is my first cranking rod. You know, for the price point, you can't go wrong. If you guys are, any of you getting started and or interested, you know, just getting into the bait caster scene, guys, for the price point, I mean, for a Bass Pro rod, it's really not bad. Are there several rods out there that are way more expensive, that are much nicer? Yeah. But if you're just getting started, my method was I'm gonna go cost effective, not the cheapest, just to get a feel for it. See what I like, see what I don't like. But a great investment. So this one is the Pro Qualifier. Here we have another Bass Pro. We had this one for quite a while. This is a tournament special. That's teamed up with a Bass Pro. I bought this as a combo, actually. Another cranking rod. So again, pretty similar to the other one. The reels, you know, I'm getting to the point where I'm learning the Bass Pro reels. I get better distance, you know, out of some of my other reels. But again, for the price point, if you're just getting into it, just start there. Don't break the bank to get started. So this is one of my favorite jerk baits. It's an IMA. I actually got that in a mystery tackle box. Love this bait. Caught a ton of fish with this bait. Again, so we got a Bass Pro tourney special teamed up the Bass Pro reel, my other cranking rod. Okay, last but not least, one of the upgrades I made. This rod I'm absolutely in love with and obsessed with. Just this whole combination, I absolutely love it. So as you guys can see, this is the Guggen Reaction, okay? Beautiful rod, love the way it feels, love the cork finish on it. The action on it's fantastic. I really have had no troubles with this rod. And that's teamed up with a Daiwa Tatula. So this one and my Lose are my 2 favorite reels. The casting distance on these is just phenomenal. I'm not throwing my shoulder out of socket to get some distance on this. So now bait keeper's above the reel. I'd rather have it below, mostly because of the rod socks. As you guys can see, you know, I use these bonnets. If you guys watch my boat walkthrough, I told you about these bonnets, but I use these bonnets on these because I always have a lot of treble hooks tied on and rod socks. So these bonnets keep my rod socks from being torn up. But again, so this is the 7-foot Guggen Reaction. I would say this rod is in my hand probably 60% of the time on almost every fishing trip. I absolutely love this rod, love the way it feels. The action on it's phenomenal. Again, with that Daiwa Tatula, which has that TWS, so you get that when the bail opens, it opens up wider, so you get excellent casting distance on it. But yeah, that's my starting lineup. Obviously, this is my favorite. You know, where I live, cranking. We do a lot of cranking now. Haven't found a whole lot of areas where I can really get into some good frogging or good flipping. Honestly, frogging and flipping really is my favorite way to catch a fish. But so that's my starting lineup. Those are my basics. You know, I have more, but these are the ones I generally can use in almost every trip. So hopefully you guys have gotten some useful information out of that. If you have any questions about anything, drop some comments below. And we hope to see you out on the water soon. Should be planning some good spring trips. I really want to get a good spawn trip this year somewhere. So I'm going to do the plan on it, do some research. But anyway, guys, that's all I have. Hopefully something in this video has been useful for you. Hopefully you can share at least with one friend. That would really help out the channel. I appreciate all your support. I hope to see you all on the water soon. Until then, we can keep doing videos like this if you like it. I'm going to get out of here. Peace.